Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a story time. I haven't done a story time in a while. Today's story time is basically about when I found out how I found out I was pregnant and how I told my family. So basically it was late May, early June kind of thing, I think. Yeah, and basically I don't know, it was like a good 10 days I hadn't had my period. Like let's skip that. So basically what it was is that I was moody, I was feeling some type of way, I didn't really have an appetite, like I just felt some type of way, like, but in my head I just thought like, you know, my period's probably coming soon, you know, like, it's nothing to stress about, like, that's probably why I'm feeling some type of way. Then yeah, I think it was like 3-4 days passed, my period didn't come, 5, 6, 7 days, I was calm. Then when it got to like the 10th day, because usually sometimes my period is late, innit, but when it got to like the 10th day, I was like, something is a bit off, like something is a bit off. This is not the usual, like I wouldn't say that is a usual thing that happens, like 10 days. So one day after work I went into town and I went to go and buy like a pregnancy test, but it was like the cheap one from Poundland. So the whole time, like, because that's another thing, I said to myself, there is no way that I can be pregnant, like there is no way. So I didn't want to be spending £10 on a test because there is no way. So I went to Poundland and I bought £1 one because I felt like, you know, it would tell me something. But in my head I wanted to basically tell myself, or to just tell that voice in my head that there is no way. But the other side of me was telling me, you know, just do it, because you have to silence the other side. So I went to buy the test, I went home and I was on the phone to one of my friends. It's so dumb, like I didn't mean to be on the phone to her, but we was on the phone and I went to the toilet. So I was thinking, okay, now that I need to go to the toilet, I might as well do the test, because you don't want to like wait till later. So I go to the toilet now and I'm talking to my friend, we're talking about summer, what we're gonna do, where we're gonna go. Like we were talking at summer 19, like we were planning. And I'm doing this test now. So I've done the test, I've put it on the side, and I'm just chilling, we're just talking. And then I think it was like 5 minutes gone now, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, let me pick up the test. So I'm just talking to this girl still, we're just chatting, pick up the test now, and I'm seeing 2 lines. Pregnant? So at first, obviously, I know what 2 lines means, you know what 2 lines means, but I wanted to play dumb. So I picked up the paper that comes with it and I'm there reading. I'm actually reading, like I'm reading this paper because I'm like, maybe 2 lines means something else. Like 2 lines might mean that your period is coming. Just hold on, like your period is coming. So I'm there looking at this paper now, I'm seeing 2 lines, I'm looking for it says pregnant. And so when 2 lines comes, blah, 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 and I thought, and straight away I was like, there is no way. So I came on the phone to my friend, I was like, excuse me, hey my friend, I will call you later. Like this is not even the time to be talking or to be having any kind of conversation. And the thing about it is, at that time, like me and Milan's dad, we weren't cool, innit? Like he was getting on my nerves, we weren't that cool. But obviously we lived in the same house, like, but we weren't that cool. So he's at work, I'm there, I'm stressing, I'm thinking like, the whole day I just kept saying to myself like, there is no way. A whole me. And it's at that moment that I really deeped everything. I deeped my life, I deeped my future, I deeped everything, because I just kept saying there is no, it's like I'll sit there and I'll be thinking, then I'll just do this, there is no way. That was literally my hashtag for like the whole day, like there is no way. So then yeah, Milan's dad comes home, he's in a strop, and I'm just thinking like, you don't even know the half of it, like you have no reason to be moody right now, like I'm the one in a mood. But I didn't say nothing to him. I didn't say nothing to him that day, and I think it was like the next day or something. No, tell a lie, it was a Friday that day. So I didn't say nothing to him initially when he came home, and then it was like everything that he was doing was annoying me, because I was looking at him thinking like, just everything about him was just annoying me. And all I remember was towards the evening he did something and I just wanted to pick a fight. Like I wanted to pick a fight with him. I was so annoyed that I wanted to pick a fight with him. So he did something and we went back and forth. He's talking, I'm talking, he's talking, I'm talking. And then I was like, how dare you? Yeah, because of you now I'm pregnant. And he's like, you're what? And I was thinking, how did I even speak? And then I was just like, yeah, whatever, like it might not even be true anyway, because it was 2 lines and you know the thing could have been fake because it was only £1 anyway, blah blah blah. And he was like, you're what? where's the steak? I can't believe you did it without me, blah blah blah. Very emotional. But yeah, so I showed him the steak now and he was like really excited, and I was just looking at him like, bitch, why are you excited? Like, he's gassed, he's happy, he's over the moon. He's like, oh my gosh, you're gonna have a baby, my baby, our baby. I'm looking at him like, there is no way. There is no way. So yeah, the next day came and I was not feeling well. Like, I was having headaches and my stomach was hurting me. It was weird because it was like I had done this test and then all these like symptoms and stuff was coming. Like, I was feeling sick literally the next day. So I felt like, hold on, is my brain playing games with me? Is it because now I've done the test and I feel like I know that's why all these things are happening to me? But long story short, I went to A&E now. I was telling them I'm having like migraines, my head is hurting me, blah blah blah. And they were like, okay, we're gonna do a urine sample on you. So they did a urine sample now. And the lady comes back and she was like, did you know that you were pregnant? I said, huh? I said, there is no way. Like, I just kept saying that to her and she was like, no, yeah, you're right, you're very, very pregnant. Like, very much pregnant. There's a lot of pregnancy hormones in your piss, yeah. You're pregnant. And I just thought, oh my gosh, like, I was happy, I was stressed, I was sad, I was angry, I was emotional, like all emotions, like I was worried, everything. Because in my head I was thinking, bro, my mother, my brother, my other brother, like I just kept, everyone's face just kept popping up into my head like, this person's gonna chat, this person's gonna chat, this person's gonna chat. Like, I was so stressed. Long story short, I kept that to myself. No one really knew. Like, I really kept that to myself. It was literally just me and Milan's dad that I knew for the longest. But yeah, fast forward now, I knew at that time that I couldn't say anything to nobody. But initially, straight away, as soon as they confirmed it in the hospital, I knew that I wanted to keep this baby. I was like, this is my baby. And I'd spent so long, like my whole life, literally stressing over the fact that, you know, that whether or not I'm gonna have a baby, because no one ever knows. You know, as a woman, you start your period, you have periods every single month, but it's not even guaranteed that after having those periods you're gonna have a baby. So in a way, sometimes you can get cheated out of life. But to find out that yes, I'm gonna have a baby, I felt like there's no way I'm getting rid of my baby. Like, I was so happy, so happy. Like, I was just so happy and grateful at that moment in time, because I felt like the chosen one, like, no. But anyways, yeah, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep this baby. I made a decision in my head and I was like, this is what I'm doing now. Fast forward now 3 months. I wanted to make sure, because you know they tell you in the first 3 months like anything can happen, you know, God forbid, but sometimes you can have like miscarriages or things can go wrong. So I wanted to make sure that 3 months had passed and I had done my 13 weeks, and then, you know, if I needed to tell people, I started telling people. But the first people that needed to know was my family. So I told my mother. But this is the thing. So before I told my mum and my brothers, I told my little brother Kingsley. Now, if you know me, you know that Kingsley is my left bum cheek. Like, me and Kingsley are like this. Okay? We're like this. But actually, let me just rephrase that. So me and Kingsley were cool, but he doesn't want to add me to his private story. So we're not that cool anymore right now. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, so I told Kingsley, I called him and we were talking about it on the phone, and I was like, yeah, Kingsley, like, you know, I got something to tell you, blah blah blah. And I told him, and I feel like initially at first he was kind of like emotional, and you know, I think like he didn't know how to react, because he was just thinking like, rah, like, this is big, like this is actually big. But then literally, like, I think it was like a minute or two after, Kingsley was just like, do you know what, I'm gonna back you, like, you're my sister, I'm gonna back you, I got love for you, I'm gonna be there for you. And then he was just like really gassed after. He was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be an uncle, like, you're actually about to have a baby, blah blah blah. And I just started crying, because I felt like, wow, like, this really goes to show how close me and Kingsley are. Like, this is my guy, like, Kingsley is my guy, okay, he's my guy. So yeah, anyways, he knew now, and I told him, I said, I'm gonna have to come home and tell like the rest of everybody else, like, everybody's gonna have to know. And I'm not gonna lie, I was dreading that day of having to tell everybody else. So the week that I went home to tell everybody, I was meant to actually be going to Portugal, but like I said, like, sister's got a baby now. So, and I was really like all over the place. I was getting really sick, you know, I was in and out of hospital. Like, pregnancy came at me fast. Like, it really came at me fast, where I was just all over the place. So I couldn't go on my trip, and I decided to go home because I already had that week booked off work. So I went home for that week, and there was just this one Sunday where it came in me, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to tell these lot today. I'm gonna have to speak up and tell my family. So my mom and my brothers were getting ready to go to church, and I literally just said to them before they left, I was like, can you all come back like at the same time after church, because I need to talk to you guys. And straight away, like, my older brother was like,
talk about what? Talk about what? What do you need to talk about? What do you need to talk about?
And if you know my older brother, you know that that's exactly how he sounds. So I was like, bro, like, go to church. When you come back, we will talk. And then my mom's just there like,
talk about what? What should we talk about?
and I'm like, can everyone just disperse out of this house? And when you lot come back, we will talk. So whilst they're at church, I'm pacing up and down. I'm hot, I'm sweaty, my hands were sweaty. I'm just thinking, how am I gonna drop this? What am I gonna say? Like, I literally planned everything I was gonna say. So when they came back, I was sitting here like in a single chair, and then opposite me was my mum, my older brother, my other older brother, and my little brother, like all like in a row, like just there. And literally just felt like I was on Dragon's Den. Like, all these people just eyes on me, bro. And straight my older brother was like,
so you said you want to talk, let's talk then. Talk then.
and I was like, oh my god. So I was like, okay guys, so basically I came obviously to London to talk to all of you guys, and I'm really happy that all of you guys are here. All I wanted to say was that so I'm pregnant, I'm 3 months, and I'm keeping it. Then it went silent. Like, it went so silent in the room. Like, it was so silent. And I could feel myself about to cry, but I was like, no, you need to be a big girl. If you cry, they're gonna think that you don't know what you're doing and you're just chatting. Like, do you know what I mean? I have to prove to these people that I can do this. So I'm sitting there, I'm really not trying to cry. I'm stressed out as hell. And then, I think it was like, my mum reacted first, and she was like, and she'll just stop and stare at me. Then she'll laugh again. Then she'll stare at me. And I was just thinking, bro, somebody get this woman some water, because I think she's going mad. Like, and my brother, he was at the table staring at me, and he's just looking at me. Like, he wasn't even looking at me, he was looking at my soul. Like, he was looking into my soul. And the only person I had my eyes fixed on was Kingsley, because I knew that this guy knows, and he already knew. So this guy had to back me, and that's basically the conversation that we had before I had to tell everyone. I said, bro, back me. If anyone gets out to attack me, back me. Like, back me. So we're sitting there, and eventually my mom's just like not really saying anything. And she turned to my older brother, she's like,
So are you not going to say anything? Are you not going to say anything to your sister?
and then she started being all sarcastic.
Hey, nobody's going to congratulate your sister. You're all going to be uncles.
Then she stopped and she was staring at me again. I'm just thinking, this woman's actually losing her mind. Like, she's actually losing it. And then my other older brother was like, oh, you know, I was talking about my baby dad. I was like, oh, is he supportive? Has he been going to like appointments with you? And I was like, yeah, he has. Like, he's literally been there, like, you know, everything, all my appointments and stuff, like, he's been there. And then he was like, oh, okay. Like, he wasn't too bothered. Like, I feel like, you know, he's just a happy, you know, he's just, you know, goes with the flow kind of guy. So he wasn't really saying much. And then, you know, Kingsley got up and he hugged me. He hugged me, and then I just got so emotional, like so emotional. I literally just started crying, and I hugged him tight. Like, I was hugging him tight. I was thinking, this is the most awkward thing I've ever had to do, but I've let it out there, you know, cool. Like, my older brother, like, he wasn't really saying much before, but then I feel like he just, you know, he just let into me. Like, he just let it rip. He was literally just like, you know, you didn't tell us nothing from before. You didn't, like, you know, this is all like new to me. You know, like. And the thing is that obviously there was a bit of tension between Milan's dad and my family at the time. You know, a lot had been going on. It was very hot in that house, like hot. And the whole time I was sitting there, it's like I could just feel these eyes on me, and I just felt like I need to get out of this house. Like, I need to get out of this house. So my mum was still sitting there being sarcastic, you know, laughing and then stopping, laughing and stopping. I was thinking, yeah, you know, she's about to throw something at me if I don't get out of here. So literally like 5-10 minutes after telling everyone, and that awkwardness died down a little bit, I literally just grabbed a bag grabbed my shoes and I left. I was like, I'm leaving. I'm really leaving. And I went to my auntie's house because I don't know what it is. Me and my auntie have always had this connection, this bond where it's like I can tell this woman anything and everything and she'll always be down. Like she'll always be down. She's so like easygoing. So I went to her house now and I'm crying, I'm emotional, I'm all over the place. And she's like, oh, what's going on? Like, what's wrong? Blah, blah. And then I was like, I'm pregnant. Like, I'm pregnant, yeah, 3 months. And I'm keeping it. And she's excited. You know, she gave me a hug. She was like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. Oh, I could tell you've put on weight, blah, blah, blah. Like, she was really excited. So straight away, my mood lifted. Like, I was so happy. I was thinking, oh my God, at least somebody's chilled. Like, somebody is a bit normal about this. And I spent that whole night at my auntie's house. And I just remember, like, just feeling like what is going to happen when I go back home. Like, what is going to happen. The next day came now. And I was still at my auntie's in the morning, and Kingsley came to see me. My little brother came to see me at my auntie's, and whilst he was there, like, I was asking him, like, you know, how did mum react when I left? And he was like, bro, she's still laughing and stopping till now. Like, she just keeps sitting there going, and I was like, bro, like, has she not just done anything else since I left? And he's like, no, like, she's just literally just stayed in her church clothes for the longest, just doing not knowing what to do with herself. So then my mum called me like not long after, and she called me, she was like, oh, where are you? And I was like, oh, I'm at my auntie's house. And she was like, I want you to come back so we can talk. Like, I want you to come back and have a conversation. And I was just like, oh, what, today? Like, I was so scared, so scared to go back. But that evening I went back home. I went to go speak to my mum, and basically we sat down and we had a proper heart to heart. And even I said it again, like I said it to her again. I was like, oh, I'm keeping it, like, blah, blah, blah. She was like, stop saying that, because I would never ever question whether or not you're going to keep it. Like, you know, getting rid of it was never an answer. She said to me, like, I kept all of you guys. You know, there's no way that I would ever, you know, see you get pregnant and encourage you to get rid of it or anything like that. Like, a baby is a blessing. Not everyone has babies. And we had that conversation, and, you know, it was really emotional for me because I felt like I expected the worst and I didn't get the worst. Like, it was awkward, but I was really expecting like a shoe to hit my head. I was expecting someone to drag my weave out. Like, I was expecting to get dragged on the floor, but none of that happened. Like, literally none of that happened. There was a bit of shouting here and there and raised voices and and clicks and shoulders and that, but it was not that deep that how I felt like it was going to be. And so we had that conversation and everything, and even after that conversation I felt like it was something that everyone in the house had to get used to. Like, everyone had to sort of get used to the idea that this girl's about to be a mum. Like, she's actually about to have a whole baby. Like, crazy. Like, so crazy. And even like me and my older brother, we didn't speak for the longest. Like it was a good, I think, like 3 months that we didn't really talk for. It was really awkward in the house. My mom was okay, but like there were certain days where she would sort of backtrack and she would say stuff like, oh, you're not married and you're having a baby, and you know, like, you know, you need to pray to God for forgiveness and all sorts. And I get all of that. I get all of that. Like, you know, it's her beliefs and everything else. I get it, and you have to respect it at the end of the day. But I've never once doubted the fact that I'm having a baby. I've never once looked back and regretted it. Like, it was the happiest day of my life finding out. And it was even like, no, the happiest day of my life was finding out that it was a girl. Bro, like, that was the happiest day of my life. So I was happy finding out that I was pregnant, even happier knowing that it was a girl, and even more blessed and humbled knowing the day that she came, because it's like, I have a daughter. I spent my whole life being the only girl and, you know, having to fight off these guys, like, literally. But knowing that, like, I have a whole daughter now, like, it was such a blessing. So all of that was worth it. All the hms and the ha's and the shoulders and the shouting and the not talking to me for a couple months was all worth it, because now I have my babes. My babes. And everyone in my family loves her off. Like, my mum literally loves her off. My brothers all love her off. When I go home, everyone wants to hold her and feed her and cuddle her and all sorts. And my mum's been so amazing. Like, you know, for the first week that I had her, mum was literally there on the day that I gave birth. And then for the whole week, she stayed up in Leicester with me. You know, she stayed in my house, like, with me and her for like a whole week. And then we went down for another whole week. And it's just a blessing. Like, so all of that was worth it in the end, you know. Crazy but exciting. So yes, thank you guys for watching this video. It was a bit crazy, but yeah, like, follow me on my socials on Snapchat, Instagram and Twitter, and yeah, like this video, subscribe to my channel and share this video with other people. Yes. I'll see you guys in my next video.